Dr. Justina Ford's former home is now Denver's Black American West Museum. It was recently awarded $150,000 after being voted one of the top 10 U.S. women's history sites in national competition, sponsored by the National Trust for Historic Preservation, National Geographic Magazine, and American Express. To celebrate, Dr. Colorado has with him today a former student, Terri Gentry of the Black American West Museum. Welcome to both of you. Former student, right?
Yes.
It's important,
Yes.
though. Dr. Colorado, how did you come to know the Black American West Museum?
Well, I had heard about this African-American barber who was collecting history, doing tape interviews with people, collecting artifacts, and sure enough, I went down there, was Paul Stewart in his barber shop, so I got a haircut, and then I got to hear his story. And here he is on screen.
Look at that. That's a great picture. And then you brought with you Terri Gentry today.
Terri Gentry.
Yeah, terrific, and great to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, I know that you're a volunteer docent on the board of directors, and can you tell us a little bit about the history of the Black American West Museum?
Yes, the museum was started in 1971 by Paul Stewart. He started collecting memorabilia and artifacts in his barber shop over on 34th and Elizabeth. When he was a little boy living in Clinton, Iowa, he and his friends would play cowboys and Indians, and his friends would tell him there's no such thing as black cowboys because sometimes he wanted to play a cowboy rather than an Indian.
Sure.
So when he came out to Denver to visit his cousin in 1962, he met a black cowboy in downtown Denver, and that really inspired him. So he came back and started his barber shop and brought artifacts and exhibits from the people that came in to visit his shop and to get haircuts. And eventually all that outgrew the shop. He started the museum in 1971 at Clayton College, then moved to the basement of KDKO, our black radio station, for about 15 years, and then moved into Dr. Justina Ford's former home in 1988. It was slated to be torn down, and he and Hiawatha Davis and Historic Denver and other agencies helped with getting the funds to move the house to its present location at 3091 California Street.
What a history. That's outstanding. Now, congratulations on the $150,000 award, and that is for being one of America's top 10 women's history sites. So tell us how the awards funds came to be and what they'll be used for.
We are extremely humbled and excited that we were granted the funds. Historic Denver nominated us for one of the 20 sites in the United States, and there was a competition, and we made it in the top 10 of voting. And thank you, sir.
I voted often.
Yes.
That's terrific.
Yes, he's been so supportive of the museum from its inception, and continues to celebrate the museum. Thank you. And so that was part of the process is voting and voting and voting, and so we made the top 10. And we're granted $150,000. And Historic Denver will oversee how the funds are distributed, but it's intended to take care of the windows in the museum and the brickwork. And since we're a historic preservation site, there are very, very strict guidelines we have to follow, so they're helping us with that process.
Wonderful. And yeah, it's good to have friends, right, who want to help you out.
Yeah, wonderful to have people of influence.
No kidding. And talk about the hours and the days that the museum is open.
We're open Fridays and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're run by volunteers, so we're always looking for more volunteers so we can expand our hours to our full week again.
Okay. Dr. Colorado, what impressed you most about Terri?
Well, as you can see, she's very bright. She brightens up the whole room when she walks in.
Yes.
She also has, we don't have time to get into it, a great family history, deep roots of her own family in Denver.
That would be neat to hear, Terri. You'll come back on and tell us a little bit about that?
I'd love to.
All right. This is a great time to get the family out of the house and out of the hustle and bustle. Go visit the museum.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you. The Black American West Museum is conveniently located at 30th and Downing, which is at the end of the RTD's line. For museum information, call 720-242-7420. Now for Tom's classes, his talks, books, and tours, including his Christmas Jazz Gala at the Grant Humphreys Mansion on Thursday, December 12th, you can go online to dr-colorado.com.